Go back and see what the Catholic Church and the Catholic people did at the Dodger Stadium. They stood up. They stood up for their faith. They stood up for Christ. While we, as Christians, debating among ourselves, while these people are trying to destroy and disrespect what we believe in. You don't see them disrespecting the Muslim religion. They're scared of the Muslim religion. They're not going to dress up as Muhammad because they know they're going to have some consequences behind their action. We as Americans need to stand up as one, as united, because if we don't be united at this hour, we will fall. There are more of us than of them. And for black people, African Americans, you cannot tell me you don't see what's going on. Prime example, Boosie just got arrested, right? Why Joe Biden's son have not been arrested yet? Why Joe Biden himself have not been arrested yet? They arraigned Trump. And if you're a believer, the Bible says a dishonest scale is an abomination unto the Lord. It can't be right on one end and wrong on the other end when both ends are wrong. Both should be judged the same. We can't have people allowing people like the FBI to rig the system. And we are the people. We have constitutional laws and constitutional rights to stand up, to protest against what's taking place in this country. You have men going and play games with women and hurting women because the men saying that they are women now. This have to stop. What is this country going at? What is the agenda that the Biden administration and a Democrat party trying to place on this country? When Barack Obama was in president and when he was in the church singing Amazing Grace and he got that phone call that same-sex marriage was accepted, let me tell you something. They was first preaching, they was about love and they just wanted to come together and be married and be treated like everybody else. They got that. But then now you see they're coming after your children. They're coming after your life. They're coming after your job if you don't agree with what they're doing. This is perversion at its tops. This is what the devil designed and this is what the devil always had in plan. But I come to expose the devil. And I come to expose race hating and race baiting by so-called African American leaders. And most of those believers and most of those pastors that want you to hate white people, guess what? They are not pastors. Because the Bible says, if you don't forgive your brother of his trespassing, neither will your heavenly Father forgive you of your trespassing. So if you holding something what happened in the past, that means you have unbelief in your heart. I mean, you have unforgiveness in your heart. And this is what's taking place in the world. So we as Americans have to stand up and come together, and we should all protest against the Democrat Party. Even if it was the Republican Party, we need to protest against every agenda that's trying to be passed to take away our rights and to take away the rights of kids, to make kids homosexual, to try to promote this in books and schools. We have to come together as one and start protesting against this mess. Because if we don't stand up and protest against this mess, it's coming to your front door. It's coming to your child. They want your child. Because soon after they get your child, it will be pedophilia. They'll want to marry your 10-year-old girl, little girl, or your 10-year-old little boy, or your 9-year-old boy. They will want to do what Muhammad did to that 12-year-old girl. They will do the same thing to your children. So we need to stand up. We have rights in this country, constitutional right. We the people. We the people. When are we going to stand up together? When are we going to stop allowing people to make us hate each other? When are we going to stop as African Americans allowing our so-called black leaders to lie to us while their pockets being minted with nothing but money and you ain't getting nothing out of it because they're getting money and kickbacks from the Democrat Party to keep you voting Democrat, but the Democrat Party ain't doing nothing for you. Look what they're doing to you in Chicago. They are putting Mexicans in your community using your taxpayer dollars to pay for people that are not even from this country, and they're coming to take over your community, take over your jobs. Look at how Democrat cities run. I'm living in Louisiana, New Orleans, and we got the highest murder rate in the whole country. But I tell you this, it don't look like everywhere else. Because down here we don't gang shoot. No, we don't excuse me, we don't gang shoot down here. It's cutthroat down here. But God gonna fix that too. It's everywhere. The murder rate is everywhere. But I'm telling y'all, we have to stand up as a people. We have to stand up against blacks killing blacks. We can't just protest when a police officer kill a black African American. No, we have to protest when a black kill a black, a white kill a white. We all got to become one. And we have to stand up against the justice system, the FBI. All these people are rigged. Boosie is in jail. Why Joe Biden's son not in jail? Why Joe Biden himself ain't in jail? When Trump did something and Joe Biden did the same thing, and Trump was president and Joe Biden was vice president and had all them doctrines. Stop watching these news sources, CNN, ABC, all these news. These people are fake. These people are fake and they have an agenda to push. And let me I want to say this. Queer is not part of African American history. They say queer is part of being gay is part of black history. That's a damn lie. Look at Africa. You can't even be gay in Africa. That's our history. That's our customs. Don't push that perverted spirit on us. That's your history. If you want to receive that, you receive that. But we as Americans, white, black, Chinese, Asian, Mexican, ones that was here, God believing borders here, we have to stand up and become one. Let's come together and stand up like those Catholics stand up against the Dodger Stadium for people disrespecting them, but won't disrespect no other religion, but disrespect Christian. Let's stand up together. Y'all be blessed.